Hello creative friends, welcome back to my channel. This is Heather with the Myriad Maker, and today I have an art haul video for you. I had some gift cards left over from the holidays and my birthday, and I've been deciding what I wanted to purchase and settled on picking up a few things that are new to me. So we'll unbox those and let's get into it. Let's see, let me move my tea. All right, let's see what we got here. All right, well, I've got a few things that are new to me. First thing here is this high gloss varnish for acrylics. I have a few things I want to use this for, so I wanted to try out a high gloss acrylic, and I think this one is a matte. No, this one's satin. I already have the matte. So wanted to try a couple different brands, a couple different finishes, and see which ones I like. Oh yeah, okay, forgot. I'm trying to remember what I bought. I bought just a Sepia ink refiller thing. I have some empty ink these things. What are they called? Ink pads. Woo, I don't know what my deal is. I can't talk today. I don't usually do videos with the voiceover. I usually record and then do the voiceover later. So this is a little bit new to me. This is another one I got. Distress ink. What's the color on this? Oh, the color is called Old Paper. So we'll see what that looks like. I have another ink here, Jet Black. What was this one? Sepia. So I'll use a couple of ink pads that I already have and put those in that. This, I have been wanting to get this for a while. I have P.H. Martin's Bleed Proof White, but it is not waterproof. And I heard from another artist that this one is waterproof. So I'm curious to try it and see if it actually is waterproof and see if I like it. Next, I have a couple new colors in acrylic gouache, ash green and ash blue. I really like kind of muted, almost dirty colors. These aren't too dirty, they're just a little muted. So I'll try those and add those to my gouache, acrylic gouache collection. Let's see, oh yeah, got a couple of inks. So this is another one that's new to me. I have a few acrylic inks, but I have never tried the Liquitex, and I kind of wanted something, I kind of like this yellow ochre-y color. This one's Yellow Oxide. Yeah, anyway, we'll try that, see what I use that for. Oh, yes, I forgot that I got this too. This is like Christmas. I have Potter's Pink in Daniel Smith, which I like, but it's a very pale color, and I saw somebody swatching this one from Schmincke on YouTube, and it looked like it had just a little bit more pigmentation than the Daniel Smith one that I have, so I wanted to try this one. We'll do these last. I think this is another, yeah, a couple more inks. Like I said, I have some acrylic inks already, so I got a couple colors that are that I don't have. This one is Payne's Gray. It looks like it has a nice kind of bluish tint, and this one is just black. For whatever reason, I don't have a black acrylic ink, which is kind of silly, but now I do. All right, and then this is the thing that I really wanted to purchase that I am excited about. These are oil sticks, and I went through and really tried to look for earthy colors. So we'll swatch all of these together. This one is Magenta Earth, Turkish Umber Greenish, Cerulean Grey. And then the set has, let's see, 6 colors: neutral white, unbleached titanium, brown pink, Stil de Grain, I don't know if I'm saying that right, green earth, and blue ochre. I was really keen to try this blue ochre color because it looks very like a dark moody blue, and I love dark moody blues. So I thought this could be a really good, just dump them all in. This could be a really good landscape set. So there's the green earth, blue ochre. Oh yeah, that's dark. Stil de Grain. That kind of looks like a raw umber to me. And then let's see, brown pink. So that's a real, I think, warm brown. Unbleached titanium. I like this a lot to lighten colors without making, like, shifting the hue too much. When you use like a titanium white, sometimes it really makes the colors look chalky, and I found that unbleached titanium often doesn't do that. You still get the lightening effect without it turning, leaning it too much in kind of a cool direction. So I like that. And then neutral white, that'll be also a good one that's not too bright white. So my intent with these is I want to use these to maybe do some landscape experimentation. I don't know if I'll just use the stick directly or if I'll use a palette knife. I haven't thought through all of that yet. I'll probably do both, but I'll take you along with me when I do that. All right, great. So let's do a little swatching. All right, well, let's do some swatching. I'm going to start with, actually, I'm going to start with the watercolor. And I'm just going to put a tiny little dollop on the page. I'll do an official swatch card for this later. So this is Schmincke Horadam Potter's Pink. And I really wanted to see if this, oh, it does have more pigmentation. Well, that was a good purchase. That's what I was hoping for. It's a bit darker color for Potter's Pink. Let's see. This book I'm using is, I think it's just a B paper mixed media journal. Oh, that's nice. So that's what I wanted. My Daniel Smith kind of, well, let me just grab it. Let's see. Not sure if it's in this one. Yep, there it is. So here's my Daniel Smith Potter's Pink. Let's see how it compares. This doesn't gush out everywhere. Yeah, got a little bit of binder there at the top. That was always something else I noticed about this particular paint, is it tends to separate. All right, I'm just gonna kind of mix it together here on the paper. Yeah, you can see it just doesn't have as much pigmentation. It gets very pale very fast. I don't know if I can make it any stronger here. And the texture of the Daniel Smith one is just, I never really liked it. It's really gummy. I think the binder is just, I don't know if it's a ratio with the binder or what it is, but it's just always been kind of goopy. It's better when I've got a half pan of this that's dried, and it actually acts a little bit better when you re-wet it that way. But anyway, that was a good purchase. I love the color, but I wanted something with a little more oomph, so that is perfect. All right, next, let's look at this acrylic gouache. Sorry, I got water on my paper, I'm making a mess. Welcome to Art Time with Heather. All right, this one, I'm gonna try to just take a little bit here. So this is ash green. Yeah, that's nice. Not sure what I'm gonna use it for, but I like the color. Let's see how it kind of does with some water. I kind of like it when you add a little water and just thin it out. All right, that's nice, and I keep just making big drops. Jeez. I'm a mess. Ooh, that's pretty. All right, let's see what this one, oh, hey, laundry's done. Oh, I like this blue. That's pretty. Let's thin this one out too. I should have done like Natasha Newton and done some pebble shapes rather than squares, but too late now, I didn't think of it. All right, that's nice. That'll be a good addition to my gouache collection. All right, next, let's try this ink. I probably shook it a little too much. Ooh, I like that. Oh, that's really nice. A lot of times with these kind of yellow ochre colors, they almost turn a little brown. And this one has a lot of intensity. That would be a nice autumnal color. All right, happy with that. That's Yellow Oxide. All right, next I want to try this one. Payne's Grey. Let me give it a little shake. Sometimes the ink settles a little bit to the bottom, or the pigment separate is really what I meant to say. Okay, that looks really dark, but let's see. That is dark. Oh, I thought it might have a hint of blue in it. I still like it. It's kind of more, I guess, an off black. It feels more of an off black to me than really a Payne's Grey. I tend to like Payne's Grey that has a little bit more blue in it. Let's see how it dries. Inks tend to have a color shift when they dry. I'm trying to keep the left side here a little bit more pigmented and this side a little more blended out. Okay, so that's the Payne's Grey. This is the black. We all know what black ink looks like, but you know, we're swatching. Let's swatch. Now next to the Payne's Grey, you can definitely see more of the difference. And I like how that Payne's Grey is starting to dry. It is kind of lightening up a little bit. And this is just a nice workhorse type black. A lot of times with blacks, I like to see what the bleed out looks like so you get an idea if there are any other undertones. Like sometimes black might have a blue undertone or a brown undertone. So it kind of gives you an idea whether it's a warm black or a cool black. This one is jet black. Looks like it might be a hint warm on the undertone. Hard to say. All right, and these, I know these are supposed to be for ink pads, but I'm gonna just put a dot here anyway to see what it looks like. This one is the jet black. Oh, see, now this one looks like it has more of a blue undertone. Oh, weird. Okay, well, I wasn't expecting that. I guess because it's meant for an ink pad that it's supposed to work a little differently. Wow, that dries fast. Interesting. Oh, and I've totally stained my brush. Look at that. Oh well. No sense in having art supplies that don't look used. Let's see what the sepia looks like. I love sepia. Oh, that's pretty. So yeah, these definitely won't be for painting with, but once I get them in an ink pad for stamping some things, that'll be nice. I wonder if that's leaking through. Ooh, it is. You can see I use this to swatch a lot of things. Oh, that's no good. You can see that kind of seeping through a little bit. Well, lesson learned. All right, and this one, I don't even know how to test this. I don't have a stamp ready. I don't have a lot of stamps. I'm not a stamper. I just have a few random ones for making some cards. Oh, okay, let's see. Is it dried out? Okay. Well, it's kind of a greenish color. It's more green than I thought it was going to be. That's what's so hard about ordering things online, is you see the picture and it looked like it was kind of like more of a parchment color with a hint of green, and this definitely is more of a, I'd call that like a light olive green, which I don't have a problem with. I like greens, but kind of not what I was expecting, which is fine. All right, so we are going to next do some swatching on these, but I need to switch out my paper. So one moment, please. All right, well, for these, I have this Arches oil paper that I've used for a variety of things. Like I was trying a, this is swatching from some of the oil paints that I own, where I was trying to work out some skin tones with a warm yellow, cool yellow, warm red, cool red to see kind of the variation of tones. And then mixed with black and white as well. So interesting colors there. So that's kind of what I use this paper for. So we're gonna use it. Let me just grab a sheet. And let's see. So I know from watching other YouTubers that these tend to have a film around them that you kind of have to peel off. Oh man, the smell takes me back. That smells exactly like the paint by number kits that I used to get when I was a kid. So think about like around, I don't know, 1980, early 80s. Those like, there was those paint by number kits that had a very, very specific scent. That's what this smells like. So if you don't like that scent, this might not be a good thing for you, but if you do, go buy yourself some R&F pigment sticks. All right, so I just took the coating off the very end so we can get a little bit of a swatch. Oh, that's nice. So yeah, you can just kind of use these. I mean, they come in these tubes, so you keep them in the tube so that they don't overly dry out. I mean, it's gonna eventually get a hardened film on that anyway, which is fine. Sorry, I I ramble a lot. All right, so this one was the Unbleached Titanium. And what I want to do is grab let's just see what this does. I just want a plastic palette knife to kind of, I don't want to get my brushes out because I don't want to have to deal with cleaning them. The lazy artists. That's what I am. All right, so that's the Unbleached Titanium. Let's do the neutral white next. Man, the smell isn't strong, but it's just enough to take me back to my childhood. I remember my mom buying me a little paint by numbers kit. More than one. I think one I had was a horse. And where I grew up in rural eastern Washington, we had a local fair every year, and you could enter things for, you know, ribbons and whatnot. And I think I painted that and entered it in. I don't think I did well. I think I got a red ribbon, which is like, you know, thanks for trying, which is fine. You know, when you're a kid, you just do stuff because you want to. All right, so that's neutral white. I want to go light to dark, so let's go next to this one, Cerulean Grey. I love grays and blues. No, I don't. Do I want to take the whole thing off? No, I don't. Oops. Well, I guess I could. There's no reason not to. I mean, you can see the film there. Oh, that's nice. That makes me think of stormy seas. I got some of that film on there. Probably even just, I know I'm probably not supposed to do that. Like, this stuff's probably toxic. Shouldn't touch it, but whatever. All right, that was Cerulean Grey. What do I want to do next? I want to do this blue ochre. I've been dying to see what this color looks like. It's really dark and moody. Again, more like stormy seas. I think that's kind of what I was thinking of when I got these. Could I do like a seascape, like a stormy seascape with these colors? It probably is only going to look black on camera, but it's really, really dark blue. But I was also thinking that these two colors would mix nicely together. It almost has a... never mind. I'm not going to say that. I was going to say it reminded me of a color, but now that I see it a little bit more, I don't think so. Can you see that very well? All right, next, let's go with... Let's go with the Green Earth. That'll be a nice one. I hope. You might be wondering, because all that I've shown on my channel so far is really watercolor painting and one acrylic and one gouache, why I'm looking at getting into oil. I actually have some oil paints. I don't use them as much, mostly because I just don't like the cleanup. There are a lot of things I love about oils. I like that you can rework things. Oh, I love that green. That's nice. That is a nice dark green. So anyway, and the other thing is, but okay, let me just let me just back up. I have oil paints. I have a very limited palette of oil paints, and I've, you know, when it comes to watercolor, like you can see here, I have a ton of watercolor, and I think I've got 8 boxes like this of watercolor paints. So I've got pretty much every watercolor paint under the sun. I really don't want to do that with oil paints. I really want to stick to a limited palette, and I also want to be less tight, more loose with my painting. So the appeal with these pigment sticks is that my hope is that I can just kind of use the stick right on the canvas and just kind of have a loose effect when I'm done. We'll see. I always go into paintings intending for them to be loose, and they never end up being loose. So, okay, that did get most of it off. I'm going to put this one over here because it's Greenish Umber. That's almost like a green-black. Interesting. All right. Let's see if I can move that around a little bit. Interesting. So that could be a nice shadow color. So I'm thinking, you know, you can lighten that with one of these, probably that one, and get a nice kind of mid-tone green. This you could use for your shadows. This you could use for water and waves. Yeah, I think it'll work. All right, what do I want to do next? Let's go brown. All right, did that one. All right, so this one is brown pink. Which looks very much like a sienna, like a burnt sienna, maybe a darker burnt sienna, maybe more like an Indian red. Or I could just use the name brown pink, but for whatever reason that always makes my brain short circuit. Like, what is brown pink? Is it brown or is it pink? All right, let's see. Oh, didn't get it all off. Oh, that's pretty. That kind of reminds me of an Indian red watercolor that I have that was discontinued from Winsor and Newton. They had an Indian red deep that was gorgeous. And I ended up buying a few tubes of it because they were discontinuing it and I didn't want to be out of it. That's nice. And I'm getting stuff all over my hands. Look at that. Jeez. I'm a mess. All right, last one is Magenta Earth. I hope this, it's really purpley. I was hoping it wasn't going to be too purpley, but maybe that's okay. wondering what the pigment is. I'm gonna guess it's a PV19. Looks like it. Oh, yep, PV19 and PR101. Oh, interesting. All right, let's get this off. By the way, you don't need an X-Acto knife to get the thing off. I've seen people just like pinch it with their fingers, but I was trying to keep my fingers clean. You can see how that went. All right. Okay. That's not as, I mean, it's a little purpley, but it's not as purpley as I thought it was going to be, which is a good thing. I wanted it to be a little bit, I wanted it to be a cool red, but not like jump out as it, you know, like it was purple. Cool. All right, well, I want to, actually want to do a couple of mixes here. I want to mix this one and this one. Let's see, I'm probably going to need to take more of this off. Let's see, maybe I just, I can tell I don't really know what I'm doing with this stuff. Welcome to experimentation with Heather. Kind of, these wrappers aren't very effective, but I don't know. Maybe I'll keep it. Oh yeah, okay, that's pretty. So that was this one and this one, the Green Earth and Unbleached Titanium. So now I wonder what the Green Earth and the neutral white would look like. Let's try that. Contaminate my white. Should have grabbed my metal palette knife, but I didn't. All right, grab a little bit more of this. Yeah, so you get a little bit of a warmer green here and a cooler green here. I mean, they're both pretty, well, I don't know. They look warm to me. They both do, but this one's just a hint cooler. So that could be useful. Next, I want to mix the Cerulean Grey with the blue ochre. Still okay, good. Sometimes I get in my own head and I don't know if I'm still in frame or not. I'm still figuring out how to manage my video filming and whatnot. Okay, so this blue ochre. All right, let's see what those. Ooh, ooh, love it. Wow, that's gorgeous. Yeah, so I'm thinking like when you're using these with the sticks and you're just kind of like smushing stuff around the canvas, that could be nice. You could even just add some texture like that. Nice. Okay. That makes me happy. Oh, I did want to see what this and the brown pink looks like together to see if I could neutralize it to more of a gray. That one's greenish, but let's see. Okay, I need to clean that off. There we go. Just take a little bit of that. And a little bit of this one. Come out. Don't be shy. Need more blue. You kind of get almost a warm black out of that. I'm sure on camera it just looks black, but you definitely have like a warm, it's almost like a sepia color. Okay. What else? Let's try this Turkish umber with the Unbleached Titanium. I want to see how this lightens. Oh, that's going to be too much. Right, let's just go here. Yeah, okay. So what is this called? Turkish Umber Greenish. Yeah, okay. I was just thinking as I was spreading it out, with it lightened a little, it looks more like a greenish umber watercolor that I have. So, okay, I know exactly how I'm going to use that. Good. All right, well, I think that's all I want to get into right now. I need to go wash my hands before I touch anything because I have made a mess. So that's it for today, friends. I will be doing some experimentation with these in the near future, so be on the lookout for some videos, or a video, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. So be on the lookout for some future videos using these art supplies. All right, have a good day, everyone. Editing Heather here. There were some of you probably yelling at the screen, "Hey dummy, you forgot one." I realized when I was cleaning everything up that I didn't swatch one of the colors. So I don't have any footage of that, but I have it included in my final swatch sheet here. So sorry we missed that one, but it was a little bit chaotic trying to do my first swatching video. So I've learned a lot, and hopefully next time will be a little smoother. All right, have a great day, everyone.